Flying good. A little bit of right aileron needed. Not bad. Like I say, it's the first time flying it, and she feels very locked in. Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, maiden day for the Bison XT from China Hobby Line, sent out to me for review. Now, I came out here the other day to do the maiden, and I dropped the plane. Okay, and I thought I had it fixed, and I started the prop up, and there was a horrible vibration. Well, I hit the cowl, didn't realize I hit the cowl, caused it to vibrate, and I ripped one of the ailerons. It hit on this thing here. Can't believe, and then when I was picking it up, my hand broke off one of these vortex generators. So not a good start. So I said, well, I'll have to take it back and fix it. So now we're going to try, otherwise I would have had the maiden here this past weekend. All right, so now we're going to try it again. Not going to drop the plane this time. All right, but the vibration was in that cowl. That cowl was vibrating, so I thought, well, now that I fixed that and anchored it, unscrewed it, put a little line of glue, screwed it back in, fixed my rip in my aileron, put some glue on it, some real rubbery glue, and put some Blenderm tape to repair that hinge. And I'm not going to worry about the vortex generator. But other than that, she's now ready for her maiden. Right, left, up, down, right, left. I'm running a Spectrum AR637T. I think I got the number right. And telemetry receiver. Got a 5000 HRB. CG 70 millimeters back from the leading edge root of the wing. Or leading edge of the wing. All right, so I'm only minus one vortex generator. Right, left, up, down, right, left. There is absolutely zero wind. So, and I've verified those even those wheels are kind of splayed out, that is how they're supposed to look. All right. All right, 4 minutes or 5 minutes, high rates. Right, left, up, down, right. A little nervous because it's a new plane. All right, here we go.
Take off flaps. Flaps up.
Easy peasy. Did need some down elevator. Like she's a little bit tail heavy. Flying good. A little bit of right aileron needed. Not bad. Like I say, it's the first time flying it, and she feels very locked in. Everything was bench trim. Need one more pass just to make sure she's trim. Got zero wind today.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
All right, I'm happy with her. Okay. Now, I want you to pay attention to the end of the wings now.
Landing light.
That light come on? Cool. I put those on the gear switch. I'm going to take it up. Yeah. Take it up again. Very nice plane. All right. Fair amount of elevator needed to maintain inverted. I might need to pull that battery forward a little bit.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Wonder if she'll snap roll. Well, not real super aggressively, but she will. All right, see how my
Landing flaps.
flapped elevator mix works. A little too much elevator.
Flaps up.
Nice plane. All right, I want to see an elevator mix again.
Landing flaps.
Okay,
Flaps up.
too much of a dip, so I need to lessen my elevator mix. So let's land it. Now I know normally
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Normally I would use a flight mode, but since I can't teach a flight mode, I'm going to adjust it manually, then I'll share that mix with you. Oh, I love those big tires. All right, Gabriel, keep filming. I'm just gonna, but I'll pause it in the video. All right, we're back. All right, we're gonna do takeoff flaps this time. Nice plane.
Takeoff flaps.
All right, here we go.
Flaps up.
All right. Very easy flyer.
Landing flaps. Flaps up.
I'm gonna try it again.
Landing flaps. Flaps up.
Be honest, I think I need to take the elevator mix out, period.
Landing flaps.
Yeah.
Flaps up.
All right.
Time remaining 1 minute.
But this is one of the things you do when you're mating a plane, you're figuring things out. I don't think the plane needs a flapped elevator mix at all.
Landing flaps. Flaps up.
All right, we're gonna just take the flap mix out, period. All right, we're gonna take off again. And this time we'll just take off
Takeoff flaps.
from right there. Oh yeah.
Flaps up. Landing flaps. Flaps up.
All right, very good.
30 seconds.
Landing flaps, the way I've got them now,
Flaps.
just a very gentle, next to no rise.
20 seconds.
So we're gonna keep this landing flap configuration. No mix needed. You're gonna just remember you're gonna have a very gentle rise. Whoa, whoa, hey.
Flaps up.
Don't try to turn her when she's got that much momentum. All right, let's get turned around here. We're gonna push it for one more. I'm gonna show you
Takeoff flaps.
takeoff flaps.
Flaps up. Greg, listen, that battery is about dead. You better land now. Landing flaps.
All right, out of the gas. And what this plane was designed for, rough terrain. Good looking plane, good flying plane. All right, we were 9 seconds over on a 5-minute timer, but before we do that, let's go over some things about the plane. Number one, as you watch my unbox and build video, this is where you keep your receiver. if I can get it. And I've got an AR637T telemetry receiver in there, right there, okay? With the antennas going 90 degrees from each other. Let's go ahead and check our battery real quick and go over CG. Make sure, like I said, I was 9 seconds over on a 5-minute timer. CG on the plane is 70 millimeters back from the leading edge root, which puts it right there. I got it marked. So, plane there and there. And as you can see, balances perfectly at 70 millimeters. Now, to get that CG, this is where I have the battery. You see the battery? We'll come to this side. Right there. Basically about 2.5 or 2 finger lengths in from the front. You can remove the battery tray, but I have found that with the way that push-pull plug is, where it's at, it makes it kind of hard to get my hands in there. Maybe you have smaller hands, you can get in there, but I have a hard time with that. So, put my battery back here, EC5. Let's go ahead and check our battery. Got a nice, that's why I like the HRB batteries. They got really long balance leads. 5,000. And, oh gosh, I still got 68%, so we can do some more testing. But yeah, we'll take it again. But I still got 68%, so we're definitely going to go up. Very efficient plane. And that's after over 5 minutes of flying. So really probably 8 minutes. Let's go up and check the stall now. Now that I've got the flap part ironed out. Let's check our stall characteristics. And we will go out here to the grass. I've already talked about CG and battery placement. Let's go out here to the grass, where this plane really shines. And one of the main reasons you would be buying this plane is so that you could take off on a grass field. Take off flaps into the non-existent wind. She gets light. Perfect. All right. Clean stall. You fly along, lose power. And she just slumps forward. Do that again in this direction. Okay, you're flying along, you lose power. All right, she just slumps forward. Okay. Now, we'll do a more use up elevator this time. Go up higher. Okay. You're flying along, you lose power. Up elevator, up elevator, up elevator, up elevator, up elevator, up elevator, up elevator. Which wing, which wing, which wing? Neither one. She just slumps forward. Awesome. All right, let's test that. You're flying along, you're flying along, you're flying along, flying along. Lose power. Up elevator, up elevator, up elevator, up elevator, up elevator, up elevator, up elevator. Look at that. Okay, maybe the left wing after you've had plenty of time to think about it. All right, got your flaps down, lose power. And she just slumps forward. Now, we'll do the same thing, flaps down, and hold up elevator.
Landing flaps.
Up elevator, up elevator, up elevator, up elevator, up elevator. And she just slumps forward. So really great stall characteristic. Really next to no stall. So excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, so now, I think we already tried inverted, but let's do inverted again. Okay, just because. Decent amount of elevator needed to hold. That's okay. Not bad. Not like you still got plenty of elevator left. All right. Let's see if I can remember. Now this is something I'm not good at.
-2 minutes.
I remember how to slip. That's a knife edge. All right.
Landing flaps.
I need to bring her down. If you give her full throttle, them flaps down, she will rise a little bit, but that's okay. Well, she does slow right down. Whoa. All right, I gotta do better than that.
Take off flaps.
I can do better than that.
Landing flaps.
All right. I definitely will call that a very successful maiden.
Flaps up.
All right. Let me check our battery now. Now see how those wheels are all splayed out, right? But when you pick the plane up, they go right back to the correct position. All right, put my butt in your face. Let's go over some of the features of the plane, or the rates and everything I flew in, and then we'll talk about the what's left in the battery. Just to let you know, we were 2 minutes and 53 seconds over on a 5-minute timer, so 7 minutes and 53 seconds of stick time. All right, my flight, my flap, or my my flying rates that is flew in, my high rates, ailerons are 100% with 30% expo. Elevator, 100%, 30% expo. Rudder, 125% with 40% expo, but I've taken the travel in there and I've given it 150% travel. And the reason I did that is because to get more authority with that tail wheel, because it's just held on by them two very, very loose springs to help with rough terrain. This is one of the reasons why I over-exaggerated my controls on it, so that I have more authority with that rudder, that tail wheel. All right, let's go with flap settings. These are the flap settings that I'm happy with. They're very super simple and there's no mix needed, as we proved. Flaps up, 100%, no mix. Takeoff flaps are 50%, no mix. Landing negative 50%, no mix. And the air still comes through here, because these are what, slotted flaps, and so that makes great for controlling, and you don't need an elevator mix. All right, let's talk about our AS3X settings. Make sure your prop is off. I want to go ahead and capture my gains now, because I like where it was. Okay, roll, pitch, and yaw, 10, 13, and 16 in these conditions. Now, if it was more windier, if it is a lot more windy today, I probably would up them a little bit, like no wind at all. I mean, the flag is just hanging there. Priority, all at 140 on roll, pitch, and yaw. Nothing with heading. Stop lock, all at 40 on roll, pitch, and yaw. I don't do anything with release rate. Gains are one-time gains. All right, and like we said, already showed you CG at 70 millimeters back. We were 2 minutes and 53 seconds over on a 5-minute timer. Okay, pneumatic wheels. Pay attention. If you look at the wheels now, see how much they depress when you hit. They're just a little bit squishy. Okay, both of them are equal. Okay, you just need a bicycle pump. Get them to where they're like this. You got just a little bit of squish and you're good. You don't want them tight because you can easily puncture them. So if you get them too tight, then it gets kind of thin. So about like that. That's good. All right, now let's check our battery again. Battery's a little bit warmer this time. Okay. All right, there we're good. 45% with 38, 38, 38, 38, 38, 38. All right, 45%. As you can see where I've got that battery, you'll have to anchor down your ESC. It just sits in there loose. Okay, so I put some double-sided Velcro. Now, you have a choice. If you're going to use a 6-channel receiver, you have a choice. Do you want to control your lights, or do you want to have a thrust reverse? I chose to control my lights
lights.
And I got them on the end. If you look on the end, at the end of the wings, you can see these lights, okay? And I put them on,
Landing lights.
on or off, on
Landing lights.
or off,
Lights.
okay? The belly light, the red light on the bottom, and then the tail light, they're always on no matter what. Well, folks, there you go. That was definitely a very successful maiden of the Bison XT from China Hobby Line. China Hobby Line. I have a hard time saying it for some reason. So good flying plane, great bush plane. We'll come out here again and fly it here in just a few minutes, and that will be totally out in the grass where we can really show the STOL capabilities and the rough field landings capability of this plane. God bless y'all. Jesus is Lord. Gabriel, thank you for filming. And don't forget, folks, faith, family, and friends, and then big old bush planes from China Hobby Line. Bye-bye.